In this video, we are going to be examining a mech which has become the mount of choice for many of the most infamous characters of the Dark Age and Ilclan era, as well as a Battlemech which at first glance may have a dubious origin, sharing much of its appearance with one of the most remarkable mechs in the history of the Inner Sphere and clans, namely the Mad Cat or Timberwolf. This mech is by no means its legitimate offspring through Clan Wolf. Without further delay, let's begin talking about one of Clan Seafox's most acclaimed bastard designs and dubious financial investments, the Mad Cat 4, or Savage Wolf. A clan-heavy battlemech weighing in at 75 tons, the Savage Wolf is a product of one of the most elaborate frauds in the history of battlemech production, ranging over the course of decades, and being built almost exclusively for commercial benefit of Clan Seafox. This is considered by many clans to be degenerate, disgraceful, and dishonorable, though you may be asking, why is it that way? To start with, the mech that this series is based off, including the Mad Cat 2, Mad Cat 3, and now Mad Cat 4, is a clan-heavy battlemech known as the Timberwolf, or as the Inner Sphere named it upon engaging it, the Mad Cat. The Timberwolf is a product, both in engineering and design, of Clan Wolf. When Clan Seafox invented the Mad Cat 2, then the Mad Cat 3, it was to duplicate some of the elements of the Timberwolf and to sell them to other clans, as well as the Inner Sphere's mercenary units and house successor states. This has been controversial, to say the least, and the practice did not end with the prior two models, as the Mad Cat 4, or Savage Wolf, as it is marketed to prospective clan buyers, has some elements of controversy over this issue once again, as well. And it even has other controversies that we will get into later. Though the truth is, while Clan Wolf largely avoided purchases of the Mad Cat 2 and Mad Cat 3, viewing them as fraudulent, even the proud wolves have come off their high horses and have bought some number of the Savage Wolf battlemech. Perhaps it was the marketing, with two different names from Clan Seafox. Perhaps it was relaxing their pride, or more likely, the machine is so advanced and powerful that even they hold their noses and buy it. The wolves, the former masters of the Timberwolf, it goes one step further, as it is the chosen mount for the pair of its currently infamous leaders, namely the vicious Falcon Anastasia Kerensky and the psychopathic gene spawn of Katrina Steiner-Davian, the Ilclan of the supposed Ilclan, Alaric Ward. Worse for Seafox's already dubious reputation, and in regards to their stewardship of the Mad Cat series as it relates to the Savage Wolf, this new model was started as a collaborative project between Clan Seafox and Clan Jade Falcon. Eventually, this co-research agreement was brought to light, and the relationship ended rapidly, though the Seafoxes would retain much of the technological and industrial knowledge gained from this, with their Jade Falcon counterparts being left with incomplete prototypes only. Unlike the Mad Cat 2 and Mad Cat 3, the Savage Wolf is a clan omnimech, meaning it uses omnipod technology to allow it to easily swap out systems. As a result, let's start with its core systems first before we begin examining its weapons capabilities. As a platform, this latest Mad Cat comes with a series of advanced technologies on board, and is in many ways the bleeding edge of the time it was produced in 3136. It is powered by a 13-ton Model 49B XXL fusion engine, giving it a maximum speed of 86 km per hour, or 8 movement points in the tabletop game. This gives the mech great mobility for a 75-ton heavy mech, which the Savage Wolf can utilize to press the attack, support lighter units, and get out of trouble potentially. It also means that it can move at a faster pace of strategic operation, but much like a normal XL engine, the XXL engine, or double XL engine, has trade-offs, and in the case of the double XL, they begin to become more noticeable and extreme. Even as a clan variant of this engine type, this means that the Savage Wolf has 4 critical spaces taken up in each of its side torsos, with the engine, meaning that should the Savage Wolf take severe damage to one torso and begin taking criticals, or should it lose that torso, it can become inoperable, unlike other clan designs. The XXL engine also produces more heat when the mech moves, potentially creating greater risk of heat issues for the mech. For its inherent heatsink capacity, this Mad Cat has an inbuilt 15 double heatsinks, giving the base platform the ability to sink 30 points of heat per turn. This is further enhanced by several of its normal omnivariants, though this overall ability to sink heat is really needed, given the nature of some of the hotter clan weaponry. The concluding element of the chassis' design is its most frightening characteristic and attribute, namely its 16 tons of ferro-laminar armor. This armor type yields an incredible advantage when taking incoming fire, despite it providing slightly less armor points per ton than standard armor. It reduces the damage from incoming fire by 20% or 1 point per every 5 points of damage, and in addition to this, reinforces the internal structure of the mech which mounts it, which in this case is Clan Endo Steel. This results in the armor ignoring the effects of armor-piercing ammunition, tandem warheads, and tasers, which on top of everything else, in essence, makes the Savage Wolf highly resilient to incoming fire, making it extremely durable despite its double XL engine. With this covered, this displays the baseline attributes of this 32nd century killer's body, but now we will begin to examine some of its weapons configurations. This is the preset arrangement of equipment which can fill out its 28 tons of available pod space, provided they aren't extensively customized. The Prime variant, the most likely to be encountered under normal conditions, contains a deadly combination of twin Clan ERPPCs, 1 deployed in each arm, and 4 Clan Streak SRM-6s mounted between the torsos, though it's important to note it only has 2 tons of ammunition to go in between all of these launchers, meaning their use will decline in a protracted engagement, let alone in multiple battles without logistics support in a campaign. It also adds 2 double heatsinks to the design to increase its cooling capacity, to help offset when it moves and fires its primary armament, the PPCs. This version does not have a case 2, but does automatically contain a clan case per torso, though if its ammunition is ignited early, the mech will still be disabled. Overall, the Prime is a very dangerous battle mech, ripping apart targets at long range with ERPPCs before finishing them off with horrifying SRM barrages in close. It bears a striking resemblance to the Timberwolf D configuration in how it is used. In fact, that Battlemech is a formidable ancestor, which may almost be as powerful as this design in many respects. In alternate configuration A, the Savage Wolf mounts a pair of Clan ER large lasers, with 1 in each arm, giving it excellent reach with some of the longest range energy weapons in the game, as well as a pair of ATM-9s, with 1 mounted in each torso. The latter are known as Advanced Tactical Missile Launchers, letting it fire various forms of rockets out of each of them depending on the ammunition it chooses to fire. Standard has a medium range and hit as hard as SRMs. HE hit harder than SRMs, but at the same range, and ER shoot the outwards of 27 hexes, 6 further than standard LRMs, and do the same damage per missile. To add to this violent assembly of offensive systems, the A is outfitted with 4 small pulse lasers, mounted in its torsos, giving it an additional defense mechanism in close, and alternative energy weapons should it lose its arms and need to pull back. Finally, much like the Prime, it adds 2 pods worth of heat sinks to the design to help mitigate potential heat issues. The A is an interesting design, with extremely long-range capabilities as well as variable missiles to give it a bonus at any range. Its clan small pulse lasers are also something that should not be ignored, given their accuracy and collective hitting ability. Alternative Configuration B is a very simple design, but an absolutely horrifying one. It installs no additional heat sinks, and only has 3 weapon systems. Namely, it has a single ATM-9 mounted in the left torso, and an improved heavy large laser, with a beam powerful enough to burn the heads off of enemy mechs, which is installed in its left arm. But most frightening of all, it carries one of the most dangerous weapons currently at the cutting edge of Battletech, the HAG-30. This is what is called a hyper-assault Gauss rifle. This devastating cluster weapon can shred targets in 5 damage clusters, acting more as a super shotgun against enemy mechs with an extreme long range on top of its already horrifying damage. It's important to add, this particular variant installs Case 2s for its explosive materials, going above and beyond the normal protection offered by its clan chassis. It may have a limited variety of weapons, but the HAG-30 mounted on it immediately means the B variant of the Savage Wolf can deliver deadly hammer blows. The final configuration this Mad Cat offers in the core 3145 entries is the C variant. This version is almost a reflection of the Timberwolf Prime that invaded the Inner Sphere in 3049, with twin ER large lasers and twin ER medium lasers, with one of each mounted in each of its arms, as well as 2 medium pulse lasers in the center torso. Twin LRM-15s with Artemis 5 is then added to back up its long-range abilities, and due to them being clan, they're also there to back up its close-range package as well. In addition to this, Case 2s are added for the explosive ammunition on board. This version can operate in all ranges well, and follows in the tradition of the original variant, and does so competently. It's also interesting to note this model is the one with the highest rated battle value, perhaps showing that trying to reinvent the wheel doesn't always work, unless you're trying to sell a new wheel to everyone at every opportunity. The Mad Cat 4 and its systems are extremely impressive, and there is a reason why it's the chosen vessel to carry the pair of ignominious figures at the heart of Clan Wolf and their new Star League. A versatile platform and supporting the stable and protected actuator quirks, this machine is a deadly sight on the battlefields of the 32nd century. But it doesn't have it all its own way. Its double XL engine is a liability, even if it's protected by lamellar armor. Though it's hard-hitting as well, it has to match up with the original Mad Cat in many ways, and despite its benefits, it may not be wholly better than the model that was released in the century prior, despite the new technological breakthroughs it carries. To add to this, it also possesses the non-standard parts quirk, because of course Clan Seafox would build it this way. After all, just because you bought it doesn't mean you own it. All the same, it is an impressive mech that stalks through the battlefields of the 32nd century, as mentioned, with a reputation as dangerous as its far more noble ancestor. Because, as with anything related to the Foxes, honor appears to have been abandoned long ago. Naming it the Savage Wolf might have been appropriate, as it's nowhere near as noble as its progenitor. The truth is, no matter how effective, it's just a ravenous dog for hire. Thank you for joining me here today. If you enjoyed this content, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. There's also a YouTube member program that supports this channel, and this program wouldn't be as readily available without the support of viewers like you. Those members also voted for the Savage Wolf to be covered as a part of our member program, and a big thanks again is going out to them for it. With all of that, I will catch all of you in the comments section below.